still working on that one, by the way. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, and especially Tatiana, congratulations on completing the Competent Communication Manual. For those of you who are just starting, or the guests, this is our basic manual, and the number 10 speech is the culmination of the first pass and the first milestone. So congratulations on achieving this milestone. The purpose of a number 10 speech, Persuade with Power, is, well, I'm sorry, that's number 9. I'm reading the title. 9 is persuade, 10 is inspire. So even though the title said persuade with an accent, the objective is to inspire the audience. And I think that you met that objective very well, to inspire the audience to improve either personally, professionally, emotionally, spiritually, just take us from where we are to the next level. And as a speaker giving this speech, you did an outstanding job of doing that, especially with the scenario that you set. So yeah, in fact, I'll begin by the fact that you set up the scenario with the MC, with the Toastmaster, in establishing who we were. And we were non-native speakers who were listening to a non-native speaker explain how not having a California accent be a barrier. And I'll get to that. You basically began the speech with a story. It was a very personal story, it was a very emotional story, and that really drew us in. Stories are so important for making a point like this, especially for connecting emotionally with the audience. And that was just outstanding. The topic, is it relevant to the audience? What I found fascinating, it was both relevant to the scenario audience, but it was also relevant to this actual audience on several levels. One, to the scenario audience, again, they presumably are struggling with accents, and so it was an inspirational message for them. As Toastmasters, even though I may not have an accent, I have things like an accent that may impede my ability to be as eloquent or as persuasive or achieve whatever goal that I want. And so the message to me is that these barriers are all in my mind. They don't have to be barriers. Now, since it is a number 10 speech, I do have a few suggestions. The story was one of the strongest points of it. So instead of saying, I'll start with the story, just start with the story. Because we'll know you're telling a story. In fact, I would begin the whole speech with the story, because that'll pull us right in. Second, in terms of your voice, you had good variety. In fact, you have a wonderful little whisper, and we can bring that down. We all kind of sing. I want you to work on having a louder voice, too. I know it's not your natural one, but your highs could have been higher. I would like to see that. Louder voice, as well as the quieter one. Some other outstanding things you had, your gestures, your stance, your pauses, getting rid of this lectern, allowed the connection, and your closing. I invite you to join me in this journey. It really brought me in, and I think the rest of us. Mr. Toastmaster.